Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Today is Tuesday's episode. Let's go. Hopefully you guys are having a good start to your week. We got a juicy thread for you guys. This one is a little different. It's what are huge secrets that opposite genders hide about each other. So let's see what women's is hiding from the men's and the men's is hiding from the women. Let's get into it. All right. The random pain up your anus when you are on your period feels like someone stuck a knife up your butt. What? What? I've never heard a girl complain about it feels like there's something up her butt when she's on her period. What the hell? Okay. All right. All right. Sneezing on your period equals a bloodbath. Okay. I guess sneezing controls all the functions down there. Like, goodness gracious. You know, do you sneeze and pee a little too? Like, that the fart jumps ship and ripples up the labia. Okay. I've heard that one before. It rides the canyon, you know. I've heard that one before. Fun fact, balls have an idle animation. Kind of looks like a lava lamp. What the fuck? This nigga said an idle animation. So the balls are just chilling and they're just like slowly rotating around, you know, in the sack is I guess what he's saying. I'm like, okay. I think vaginas excrete a wider variety of substances than women care to talk about. Okay. All right. All right. One of the comments says men will never know the relief of going to the bathroom and discovering that random wet patch you feel isn't blood but discharge. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Yeah, I love my women's as much as the next guy, but God, that's disgusting. And if I'm being honest with you, the first time as a guy you ever live with a woman, bruh, women are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's like, you ever seen a woman in the bathroom? Bro, they use so many tissues. It's like, for what? What are you doing in there that requires so many tissues? Like, god damn. Trash can be filled within an afternoon. You're like, girl, what are you doing? But I get it. You probably got to do it for some odd reason. I understand. But it's just, it be getting a little wild to me sometimes, you know what I mean? And then, like, they put so much toilet paper in the fucking toilet. I'm like, why? I don't know. Okay. It's more of a pinch and roll rather than a full-on scratch. Yeah, facts. When your nuts are itchy, you got to kind of pinch and roll. Because if you scratch on your nuts, bro, that's going to hurt, bro. That's going to hurt. Them motherfuckers is a little more sensitive than people like to admit. All right? Your boys are extremely sensitive. And like, girls think about, if a guy flicked your nipple, you know what I mean? You'd be like, ow, what the fuck? You do the same thing to our boys. Yeah, that hurts like a motherfucker. Period poops, Yeah. Again, that goes back to like once you live with a girl for the first time, she get about the bathroom, you're like, oh, hey, you're done in there. It's like, yeah, oh, good. I hate being on my period, blah, blah, blah. You just think, she probably went pee, she cleaned herself up a little bit, whatever. You walk up in that bathroom, you're like, you're like, what the fuck? Who died in here? Like, god damn. Both men and women aren't mind readers. So if you're having an issue in your relationship, the only way to handle it in a healthy way is to talk about them with your partner, expecting them to read your mind. Is otherwise figured out why you're upset is just the wrong way to go about it. Hey, that's what we call common sense, but common sense is no longer common, thanks to the advent of the internet. Men catch feelings pretty hard. Men in love will go to any length to make their lady happy. My husband sat through a figure skating competition and drove 4 hours to see some sport he doesn't even like for me. Hey, facts. I truly feel that men truly fall in love while women just kind of ride the emotions of love. You know, I don't think women are ever actually in love. I think they just ride the emotions of it, and once those emotions come down and they're too far to where they're too far down to where they don't feel the excitement anymore, the relationship is just meaningless. It's like, cool, I'm done. It's like they got on a roller coaster and they enjoyed it for the time being, and then once that roller coaster stops, it's like it's done. But I think for guys, it's like when we fall in love with a girl, it's immense and it just stays there and we're just up in the sky forever. You know, I wouldn't say forever, but you know, we stay up there and it's hard as fuck to get us to come down, you know? And that's why for me, I just feel like men actually fall in love and women just kind of ride the emotions of love. And that's just me, hot take maybe, but in all of the relationships I've seen or either been in or, you know, experienced through friends or whatever the case may be, or just even people who have sent me stuff in on this show, that's just the scenarios that play out. It's like, you know, the guy is super into the girl and the girl's kind of like, I'm here. Hopefully something more comes of it. But if not, it is what it is, you know, and it does suck because I've been in those kind of positions too, where, you know, I like a girl like crazy, but she's kind of like, you know, I felt this way about you yesterday, but today I'm not feeling it, you know, and I've had that happen to friends and, you know, people that I know and people writing into the show and all kinds of stuff. It's a very common thing that I see very frequently. And that's kind of where that thought process comes from for me. Let's see. My beard is almost as impressive as my husband's. I'm just diligent with tweezers. Okay. All right. Cool. You know, it's a little disgusting, but all right. The real secret is that we're all just people. We're all gross in the bathroom and we all have weird bodily Iggies, I guess. I don't know why she said that, but sure. Iggies we don't like to talk about. There are things men hide because of the stigma. There are things women hide because of the stigma. Men and women can both miss hints that the other thinks is a giant blaring horn. Men sometimes aren't horny when sometimes are horny. When one of the kids was a young man, they asked how to talk to girls. I said, pretend they're people. They said, but they are, if men would just pretend women were people and women would pretend men are people, so many fucking problems would cease to exist. But, you know, they don't. They don't. That's the craziest shit to me. Like, that's just the wildest shit to me. It's like, you can't talk to people nowadays. And I've noticed this. Because I've tried to go out and meet people. You know, I'm a very shut in kind of person. I like being at home and stuff like that. But there are times when I'm like, you know what? I'm lonely and I want to go out. I want to talk to people. And I go out. I try to talk to people. And I always, you know, I see somebody and I'm like, wow, that person's interesting. It could be a guy, girl, it doesn't matter. I'm like, that person's pretty interesting. And I go and talk to them. I'm like, hey, you know, I'll never just be like, hi, how are you? I think that's kind of dull and it's boring. Before I go over there, I'll try to find something to kind of like talk about, you know, and say they're on their computer and they're working on something and I can kind of see it. And I'm just like, hey, what are you working on over there? And they look at me like I just shoved a kitten in a trash can, you know, and they look at me with this such like disdain of like, why the fuck are you talking to me? And look, I get it. I'm a random person that's just coming up to you out of nowhere, but I'm like, sorry, damn. Thought I'd just come make nice conversation. You know, I'm here, you're here. We're both just people trying to have a conversation, or so I thought. You know, and I've noticed this just so much, and it doesn't matter if it's guy or if it's girl. I remember there was a time when I was at LAX returning a rental car, And there was this lady in a truck, and she looked confused as hell. I didn't know what was going on. I'm over here waiting like for my ride to come pick me up, and this lady just looked really confused. And for me, I know getting into the Enterprise to like return the car, it was confusing as fuck. Like Google took me one place and then the guy pointed me in a different direction and whatnot. So I was like, makes sense. She's probably lost. She's probably trying to figure shit out. Google told me the same thing, you know? And so I asked them, I was like, oh, you know, did you guys like need help? Or, you know, are you guys trying to get in the thing? They looked at me like I was trying to sell them crack. And I'm like, look, man, it just looked like you guys needed some help, and I just asked a simple question, but they looked at me like I was trying to sell them crack, and I was like, and they're like, oh, no, we're with the person in front of. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. I just thought you needed some help, but you didn't. That's cool, no problem. And then they like roll up their window as if like they're just like, you are weird as hell. And I'm like, dude, you just look like you needed help. You didn't, so that's cool. Like, I don't know. I would love to believe this right here and her saying like, oh, you know, talking to women or talking to people in general, just treat them like people. No, I feel like with the advent of the internet, we don't treat people like people anymore. We look at them like they're fucking disgusting and weird. Like, you're talking to me in real life? What? It's the weirdest thing in the world to me. Now, are there a few people that I've talked to and they actually, you know, are willing to have a decent conversation with me? Like a fucking human being? Sure. 100%. You know? But I just think it's all where you're at, I guess. You know, it's not like it used to be where you could go anywhere and you could talk to somebody and make a new friend, or, you know, even start a relationship with somebody that you kind of find attractive, whatever the case may be. I think it all depends on you being in a place where it's normal to talk to strangers, which I find to be really weird. Like, I'm not the type of person that goes to bars. I'm not the type of person that goes to clubs. I'm not the type of person that goes to these quote unquote social places. I enjoy going to places that are kind of quaint and just, you know, more relaxed kind of vibe, because everybody here is coming to have, you know, to be in that kind of environment. And so I'm like, okay, we're all like-minded people, so I would think we'd get along. I could have a conversation with you and it wouldn't be weird, but apparently it is. Apparently they look at me like I shoved a kitten in a trash can. So like I said, I wish I could believe this and being just like, we're all people, you know, but people just don't look at it that way anymore, which really sucks. I think that's why dating apps are so popular, and I think that's why meeting people online and talking through Discord or video games and stuff like that, or through a stream or something, is just more prevalent, because people don't know how to talk to people in face-to-face anymore, and it kind of sucks, if I'm being honest with you. But hey, that's why I stay home. It's cheaper. I get to save money anyway, you know? So, hey, it is what it is. We'll go on to the next one. I'm sorry I ranted for so long. Women are hairy as fuck. They shave their legs, armpits, faces, butts, and stomachs, etc. Facts, fam. When girls do the whole everything shower, that shit's wild to me. Hair everywhere. You're like, what? You have hair there? It's wild. It's wild. Like I said, guys, once you start living with a girl, you know, and she's kind of still in that, like you just start living together, so she still kind of she still wants to look her best kind of thing. I love that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. And so, you know, she's in the shower, she's shaving her legs and you know, and whatnot, and doing the everything shower kind of thing. When she's done, and you're like, all right, babe, I'm gonna take a shower after you, and she's like, oh, okay. You know, she gets about that bitch, hair everywhere. You're like, yo, what the fuck, Chewbacca? What were you doing in here? I'm like, bruh, it's crazy to me. I'm telling you. And like I said, it's normal. It's a thing that happens. Hey, girls have arm hair. Girls have facial hair. Girls have leg hair. You know, then they shave it. It's understandable, but it's just crazy to me. And because you never know. You always look at a girl and you just think, damn, you know, she's pretty. She got that smooth skin, you know. But you don't think like, well, how do you think she got that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you think she got the smooth skin? You know, she's pretty and bald everywhere except for on her head. You know what I mean? It's like, Yeah, she had to go through her, molting in the shower. How period blood is often brown and sometimes it looks like you shit your pad. Facts. See, because I'm the type of dude, period only stops a sentence, so I'll be going up in them period walls. I don't give a fuck, and yeah. Sometimes it is brown. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what the heck? It wasn't even disgusting to me. It was just kind of weird because I was expecting the blood, but I wasn't expecting the brownness. I was like, what is that? And, and then she was just like, oh, yeah, the browning is like the lining touching oxygen. And I'm like, wow, that's a little wild. Like, okay, cool. So what you're telling me is once the lining comes out of you and it's exposed to oxygen, it turns brown. Like, fantastic. How do I know that? Well, I asked a vagina doctor, my ex, when she was getting a pap smear. I asked her, I was like, why is vagina blood sometimes brown, like her and I, we ain't no stranger to doing it on her period. You know what I mean? It relieves her cramps. I get some coochie out of it. It's all good. I don't mind a little blood on my soldier. So, it was one of those things. And I had asked her, and that's what she told me. She was just like, yeah, when the lining comes out and it's exposed to oxygen, it turns brown. I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. And the more you know. Men generally do not know how utterly gross women can be in the bathroom until deep into the relationship. Facts. We've been talking about that this whole episode. Sorry, ladies. Guys are disgusting too in the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie to you, all right? Guys are hella disgusting in the bathroom, man. You ever see a dude's bathroom? Well, okay. Sometimes it might be clean, but if you live with a guy, ladies out there that live with their dudes, they know. They're like beard hair everywhere, pubic hair everywhere. Pee in places you're like, how the fuck did it get here? That would probably hit home for a lot of chicks out there. They're probably like, facts. My dude be getting pissed in places. I'm like, how? The toilet is over here. What are you doing? Facts. Hey. So ladies, don't get it twisted. We're just as gross. All right. We just as gross. And we know it. It's all good. It's just with girls, it's less expected because, you just don't think about it. You're like, oh no, she's so, clean and like, sweet and smells nice and blah, blah, blah. And then, you see her bathroom and you're like, God damn, man. Looked like the beauty store, had a blowout sale up in this bitch. Jesus Christ. All right, on to the next one. I've never seen a huge secret kept about genders necessarily. However, I had a male friend who didn't know that girls fart too until he was like in his 20s. Damn, bro, what? Come on, man. Girl shit. I can't. It's funny because, I'm damn near in my 30s. And I still can't like picture a girl taking a dump. I just can't do it. I can't picture that. I'm sure it's happened because, in past relationships where, I've lived with a girl. I'm sure she's pooped, and I'm sure she's done it in front of me and all that, but it's like, I just can't, I don't know. I just can't imagine a girl in the toilet and just like, bloop. I don't know, bro. I just can't imagine it. I can't. I don't know why. I'm like, girls don't poop, man. It's just unicorns and rainbows that come out of that motherfucker, But yeah, dude, yeah, But apparently she let one rip during a movie marathon and everyone laughed and I thought it'd be soon forgotten, but the shock and awe displayed on this dude was hilarious. He was like, yo, Barbara, girls don't fart. What the fuck you doing? And she's like, oops, excuse me. The Taco Bell just came back and got me. If, as a man, we tell you something sensitive and then you use it against us when you're upset, we will not be vulnerable like that again. Do not use something we confide in you about as ammunition in argument. Oh, but they do, brother. Oh, but they do. They don't like to admit it, and they sit there and be like, we like vulnerable men, but, you like vulnerable men because that loads that pistol for you. That's what it is. And then when you ready, you like shebang, and we like, damn. All right. Okay. Shit. I've been on this thread for a while. We're gonna do like 3 more. The fact that women need to strip to pee in a jumper, facts. And I had found that out from a girl I dated in high school. You know, that was back in my day. Trust me, back in my day wasn't that long ago, but it feels like it was, man. God damn. But I remember there was when rompers. I don't know if those are still in style. You know, it's kind of like the tank top shorts, but they're sewn together. You know, a lot of girls used to wear them, and they're really cute. I don't know if girls wear them now. They probably don't. But you know, if you are a girl that does wear them, hey, kudos to you. I bet you look really cute in it. And I remember a girl I was dating, she's like, I gotta go pee. And I was like, well, then go pee. And she's like, no, because then I have to like pee naked and I'll be cold. And I'm like, you gotta pee naked? Girl, what are you talking about? Like, what? And she's just like, yeah. She's like, my top and bottom are attached to each other. You know, they're sewn together. So I gotta like, you know, pull it all down and I gotta pee naked. And I was like, oh shit. And she was like, you know, when you're sitting there and you go and pee, you're cold. And I was just like, facts, that's crazy. So yeah, you know, and if you're a dude out there, you didn't know that, hey, then now you know. The more you know. All right, we're going to do 2 more. Men are also hormonal. It is less noticeable because a man's hormone cycles on a daily basis, and thus even we do not notice it most of the time, but it does affect our behavior to an extent. To clarify, a man's testosterone cycles from higher in the morning to lower each evening. This explains why some dudes have particularly high libido in the morning. Yes and no. Because a lot of times I think it's a thing where, you know, we all know why we get morning wood. Morning wood is literally your body's way of like not wetting yourself, kind of, essentially. You know what I mean? Like the penis constricts, and that way you can't pee on yourself when you're in, you know, when you're in your sleep. That's why when you wake up, you gotta pee with a boner. Sucks, but you know, once you pee, then you know the boner goes away. But I think a lot of guys conflate that like with, oh shit, I woke up with a boner, I must be horny. You know what I mean? When it's like, no, that's just your body's natural way of constricting, you know, so that way you don't piss the bed. That's why when you're a young boy, well, you can't get a boner yet. So then you piss the bed, you know? And when I found that out, I was like, oh, all right. Well, shit. Morning wood has been a sham for so many years for me. And, yeah, now it's a sham for you guys too. So have fun with that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, that's just what's going on. But yeah, the testosterone thing, I didn't know about that, but cool. All right, this will be our last one for this thread. Men keep their mental health struggles to themselves because of the stigma. They deal with anxiety, depression, or stress, but they feel the need to handle alone. No, there is no stigma around it. It's just nobody gives a fuck about a dude's problems. You know? It's just the facts. Like, sure, you could go talk to your friends, you know, but they'll probably be considerate for a little bit, and then they'll start, you know, clowning on you and being like, dude, chill, get over it. It's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, you could try counseling or therapy, but not a lot of guys do therapy versus women. You know, you can also try talking to your parents, but that only gets you so far. You know what I mean? Because, again, it's like you're kind of talking to your parents, but they can't really relate in the way that you need them to. And so, you know, it's a simple thing where it's like, dudes don't talk about their feelings because nobody gives a fuck. We can't go online and post a video of ourselves being like, oh my God, I'm so depressed. My girl left me, blah, 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 blah. You know, she did me wrong, this and that, because all we're going to get is, dude, suck it up. This dude's a pussy. This and that, da, 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 da. And because nobody cares. And so you're kind of at a point where you're stuck, your only option left is to deal with it on your own. You know, yes, can you go the therapy route? Yes, but most men just don't. And so they feel like their only option is to deal with it themselves. And it sucks. But I mean, you know, if you really want to be an actually considerate, you know, person out there, then yeah, you know, ask them about, if you see a guy that's normally upbeat and doing his thing, and then he's kind of just down, ask him about it, and be like, nah, I'm actually willing to. But, a lot of people don't, mainly women, but that's okay. They don't have to. It's just, again, it's one of those things where it's like nobody cares. So then we look at it like, well, we'll just deal with it on our own. I see it all the time on TikTok, when I'm just doom scrolling at work and stuff. You see girls all day long. Oh my God, the dating sucks. Oh, this, oh, that, blah, blah, blah. I see the guys do the same thing. And a lot of guys are sitting there and just like, oh, it's probably because you're ugly. Oh, you need to get your money up. Oh, it's this and that and da da da. And it's like the disparity is crazy. I even see it on Reddit sometimes. There's a thread called r/rate. And there's this girl. And she is clearly beautiful. It's ridiculous how clearly beautiful she is. And she's over here posting like, oh, rate me. And I'm like, bruh, of course you're going to get 10s. Like you're 28 with a rockin' body and great tits. Like, bruh, of course. But then this guy who is in physical fucking shape, like man's had a 6-pack. He was a good looking guy, he was doing his thing. And the comments were vastly different. They were just like, oh, you're just on here for attention. Oh, you're just farming compliments. You already looks max. What are you talking about? Oh, this and that. And I'm like, the disparity is crazy. I'm like, this obviously hot girl is on here farming compliments and, wanting attention. And you motherfuckers are just giving it to her. 10 out of 10. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, this and that. Keep it up, girl. You're this and that. And then an obviously attractive dude does the same thing on the same thread. And they sat there and berate that dude. I'm like, what? That's crazy to me. And so that's why for me, I kind of look at it like, as a dude, nobody gives a fuck. So no, it's not a stigma. No, it's not I gotta be a macho man, this and that. It's nobody gives a fuck. And this is coming from a man who has, his own situations to deal with. I mean, lucky for me, I do have a few people here and there that I can talk to and things like that. But for the most part, man, your boy is on his own. And many other guys share the same sentiment. So yes, that's really what it is. Nobody gives a fuck. But let's go ahead and turn this around. That's going to be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. Hope you guys may have learned something. I know I learned a few things. Maybe not. I don't know. But it was a good thread. It was a good thread. Kind of opened your eyes a little bit to, the other side, if you will. I'll hop through announcements, get through those super quick, and then we'll get into you guys' scenarios. Patreon.com/MyAssHole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday. As well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday's episode like these people did today, and Sunday's episode. On our free August free Patreon episode that I did last Friday. Check that episode out. That kind of gives you a little taste of what we do over there on Patreon. And if you guys are enjoying that kind of content, this type of content, get on there. Check it out. There's a ton of episodes on there, so you'll have a bunch to binge. And then, like I said, we're coming up on a year, man. Woo! We're coming up on a year. It's getting close. August 14th will be the podcast's 1-year anniversary, and I thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have shown over this first year of the show being out and me doing it. It's been a lot of fun. Again, I've been kind of making this announcement that on the 14th or after the 14th, every other Sunday I will be doing an episode. So you guys won't be getting a consistent Sunday episode as you're normal to. I'm going to be doing every other Sunday. The only reason for that is your boy works a full-time job and he just gets tired of that, and he sometimes just needs a day off. So I'm going to be taking that Sunday off. But what is going to be cool is I will be replacing it with something different. On Sunday's episode, I made an announcement about I'm going to be starting to stream here on YouTube, TikTok, not TikTok, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. And it's just going to be me playing some random games and talking shit. So if you want to hop in and do that on every other Sunday, get in there with your boy, tap in. It might be every Sunday. I don't know. I know I'm going to try to do it on Fridays and Sundays. I'm going to try to make those my streaming times. I'll probably... I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to see what I can do with that. I just haven't come up with a schedule for it yet. So once I come up for a schedule with it, I'll go ahead and announce it on a show and we can get it on there. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of cool shit. Get in there, talk to me, fuck around with me. Maybe, we could play some games together, something like that. It'd be kind of fun. But yeah, on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Get over there, leave us a follow. If you're an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating it 5 stars if you haven't already. All right, announcements out of the way and over with. Let's get on to you guys' scenarios for today. Our first one is I cheated on my girlfriend while on vacation. Okay, I was drunk. She was drunk. She's flirting intensely, and I gave in, and we kissed for maybe a few seconds before I pulled back and realized what I'd done. The whole trip, she was having problems with the pictures that were being posted by my friends, and I was assuring her that there was nothing malicious going on. Uh-oh.
Stop the cap.
You just macking on a bitch and over here, no, baby, it's not like that. We're not doing anything crazy. That I was not going behind her back. She believed me. Damn, son. Yeah, I was straight lying to her. I then went and broke the same trust over a stupid, idiotic kiss. Damn, son. She has been nothing but good to me and stayed by my side at my lowest, and I repaid her by kissing a girl that holds no significance in my life. Someone who I'll likely never see again. I told her, and I know we are done. This is no going back. I wish I could turn back time. I'm just going to try and enjoy the rest of vacation, but I can't help but think about how I've ruined something so good. I can't help but feel like I'm a terrible person for cheating on my first relationship at 20 years old. Look, man, I get it. It sucks. She was good to you and you fucked up, but you're 20. You're 20 years old. You got a lot of life left on you. And it's a mistake that you made. Was I perfect at 20? Fuck no. Fuck no. Your boy was out here doing the stupidest shit you could possibly think of. In and out of relationships. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was sitting there just like, what is my life? Like, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm dead serious, man. When you're 20, you're gonna make the stupidest mistakes possible because you're young, you feel invincible, you feel like you could do anything, and the world is your oyster, and so on and etc. So, if I'm being honest with you, man, you're 20. You're gonna make mistakes. It sucks to lose a good one right off the bat. It really does. But again, you got a lot of life left on you, man. You got a lot of growing to do because, even me being in my late, when I was in my late 20s in a relationship, I'd fucked that relationship up so many times. It's ridiculous. I was so surprised that girl stayed with me for so long. You know what I mean? And it's taught me a lot in the ways of like, shit. And I've learned from every mistake, and I've gotten to a point where I'm like, all right, I can actually be a good dude in a relationship now. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you're gonna fuck up in your 20s. You're gonna do some stupid shit, and it is what it is. You gotta just take it as a learning step and say, you know what? I fucked it up here. I'm not going to do that again. Next girl is going to, I'm going to do it right. Because like I said, it's best to just kind of let this girl go. Now she comes back and she's like, look, all you did was kiss her. You knew it was wrong. You didn't, do anything crazy. And she does decide to come back, then cool. But, again, like you're 20, bro. You're 20. You're going to make fucking mistakes. You got a whole nother 9 years of fucking up. If I'm being real with you, man, before you start to realize like, oh shit, you know what? Maybe doing this ain't right. And I'm speaking from experience, man. Speaking from experience. I've sat there in my whole 20s just fucking shit up. And I'm like, dude, What the fuck is going on, man? I must be a masochist. I must just love fucking shit up for myself. And it is what it is. And I think anybody listening to this probably was just like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. My 20s was crazy. I was fucking up left and right on my 20s, you know? Like, hey, you know what I mean? Like all my peoples out there, you know, you may be 30, you know, you just turn like late 20s, early 30s, you may be in your mid 30s. But, you know, you look back on your 20s, man, you're going to be like, God damn. I don't recognize that person. I don't know who that is. You know, like, let's be real here. It's the truth. So you're good, bro. You're good. I get it. It hurts now and it sucks now, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to be like, you know what? It's all good. I'll move on. You know, and I'll be better for the next person. And that's just how you got to look at it, man. It sucks. You lost a good one, but hey, at least you realize that what you did was stupid. You know, a lot of guys, they don't. A lot of guys sit there and be like, oh, no, did she kiss me? And, you know, she shoved the drinks down my throat, man. I swear to God. You know, she made me drunk. You know what I mean? But he was no excuses, no bullshit. So I give you that, man. Because I know 20 me would have been like, oh, what do you mean? Like, I didn't do that. There's picture evidence of you guys kissing. Edited. So, you know. All right, on to the next one. Am I wrong if I ask this woman why she unfriended me? Okay. There's a woman that I met at a bar about a year ago. Damn, that's already an L, bro. Dang. She invited me back to her house, and we didn't exactly hook up, but we did some sexual things. Anyway, after that night, she stopped talking to me and relaying to my text messages. I guess replying. He probably just spelled it wrong. And stopped talking to me and replying to my text messages. I stopped messaging her. Today, she sent me a friend request on social media, and I was like, hey, I remember this girl. I accepted her request, and I sent her a message saying, hey, how have you been? I think she unfriended me after I sent the message, maybe a few minutes later. I'm so confused. Why did she even send me the request in the first place? Should I message her and ask why? Nah, bro, because she's just playing FBI. All right, like, come on, man. She's just playing FBI. That's exactly what she's doing. She wanted to friend you so that way she can kind of look through your shit and see what's going on. Like, you know, like, does this guy have a girl? You know, is he, you know, what is he doing? You know, I want to see his stories. She was just playing FBI. But then when you sent her the message, she was like, oh, shit, got caught. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I think that's what it was. You know, she probably looked at it like, oh, shit, he knows I'm like kind of stalking his page. You know what I mean? Like, come on, ladies, you know you do that. You know you do. You meet a dude and you're like, oh, you know, he's pretty cool. Like, da-da-da, you know what I mean? You go stalk him a little bit. You know you do it. It's fine. It's okay. You're not crazy. You're not crazy at all. Keep believing that. Joking. But hey, it's true. You know, that's what it was. I personally think that she, you know, wanted to stalk your socials. She felt like she got caught and was like, oh shit, you know, and then unfriended you because she was just like, I don't want to look weird. I don't want to look like a psycho stalker or something, you know, which dude didn't even look at her that way, but I get it. The girl doesn't know that. So she probably was just like, oh no, he probably thinks I'm weird and I'm looking at his old pictures from 2 years ago. I still don't understand that. Like, if I like a picture of you from 2 years ago, who cares? I don't understand why people sit there and they're like, that's an ick. That's weird. That, like, bro, you posted it. You posted it. If you don't want people liking it, then take it off. You know, if it's 2 years ago, like, dude, I don't get that. That's so weird to me. Because I remember there was one time where I was talking to a girl and, you know, I got her socials and I was like, cool. And I decided, yeah, I'm gonna go through her socials and see what's up. You know what I mean? Guys do it too. I think girls do it with more of an intent of like, all right, what's going on in your life? But guys kind of do it just like, you know, let's see, you know, what she posts. And I was going through and I was like, dang, that's a cute picture of her. I think she was like on a hiking trail or something like that. You know, she's in her little hiking fit. And I'm like, that's cute. Liked it. And then like a couple days later, she was just like, why did you like a picture of me like a year ago? And I'm like, because it was a good picture. You posted it. And she was just like, oh, it's just weird though. And I'm like, why? How is that weird? You put that picture online for people to see and like. And that's what I did. That's the functionality of Instagram, right? Like, no? Is that not the functionality of Instagram? Is that not what Instagram is for? You just look at people's shit and then you just leave their does the like button not exist? So, is the like button equal ick? I don't know. I just think it's weird. If a girl liked a picture of me like a year ago or whatever, I'd be like, hey, what's up? Let me tell you the backstory of that picture or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand why people think that's weird. But look, she got caught. She felt like she got caught snooping. And I think that's what happened. So I would just message her and ask her why. Hey, what's going on? All I did was message you, hi, how you been? So yeah, communication, peoples. All right, on to our next one. High school sweetheart's husband cheated a year after marriage. Damn. All right. I, 28 female, recently found out that my husband, 29, cheated on me with a girl I have told him to stay away from multiple times. Uh-oh. He then admitted that he's had sex with 2 other women years ago while we were together. I'm currently pregnant and am so heartbroken. I don't know what to do. Can anyone help me retrieve their messages on Facebook? They both claim they have no relationship, and what happened between them was only because they were drunk. It happened more than once, though. He is the only guy I've been with. I've done nothing but support him. I even pay all our bills, and he only has to really worry about spending if I demand him to. Now he tells me he only did it because he's having problems with the business. Okay.
Stop the cap.
I want to keep our family together, but every day I think about what they did, and I ask myself how he was able to cheat on me. Please help me. You gotta go, girl. And I always bring it back to this because I want to stay congruent with you people. I always say to the ladies, if your guy cheats and he does it one time, all right, he was in the right place, right time to do it, I guess. Whatever. A lot of times it's a thing where he was horny, wanted to bust a nut, whatever. You talk to him about it. You tell him, hey, I don't like this shit. Don't do it again. I can't believe you did this, whatever. And then if he's like, I'm not going to do it again. I love you. I care about you. You'd be like, okay, well, prove that to me then. And then if he does it again, then it's like, okay, once is a mistake and twice is then a pattern. He went past the twice. If I'm being honest with you, I'm sure this guy's probably on like 5 or 6. Baby, the pattern has been going. And honestly, it's time to go. It's time to go. And it sucks because you're in a position where you're pregnant. It's the only dude you've ever been with. You pay all the bills. You like, what the fuck did I do wrong? And that's crazy to me. If I had a sugar mama out here paying for all my bills and all I got to do is go to work and just make money, you best believe I'd be straight chilling. I'd be straight chilling. I'd be like, what do you mean? I got the sugar walls at home. I ain't got to worry about no stress. Like, I don't know. I get it. I get it from from her perspective because she looks at it like, yo, what the fuck? I'm out here doing the most, more than I should be doing, but I'm doing it. And this is how you repay me? Like you repay me with fucking 2 other girls from Facebook? That's crazy to me. That's heart-wrenching, if I'm being real with you. Like, dude. But it's going to be, you got to leave him because it's a thing where he's going to realize, what he had when he no longer has it. And once he realizes that, it is going to straighten him up, but I don't think it'd be smart to go back into a relationship with him. I just don't. I do not think it'd be smart to go back into a relationship with this dude because it's just going to be heartache and pain, baby. It's going to be heartache and pain. Because again, like I said, if it was one time and he was regretful of it, like, oh man, I'm sorry, mama, and you're like, I don't like this shit, and he's like, I will never do it again, and you make him prove it, 100%. hold them accountable for it. But then once it's like you do it a second time, it's like, all right, man. All right, this is obviously a pattern you got going on, and this relationship ain't important to you like I thought it was. Peace and chicken grease, you know. But yeah, you gotta go. You got to go, and and try to do the co-parenting thing. It's gonna suck. You know what I mean? And then it's really going to suck because that's the only dude she's ever been with. So she's kind of got the whole, one-itis and there ain't nothing else out there. And you know what I mean? So that's going to be tough for her. And then she's going to be a single mom at that. Damn. Oh. And don't get me wrong. It's not a thing where it's like her being a single mom is bad. But it just sucks because she's such a good woman that could get a really good dude. But the good dudes might pass her up because she has a kid, and that sucks because it's like, damn, I can't even really move on with, a good dude because, he might look at it like, oh, you have a kid. I'm not really ready to have kids, or I'm not really ready to deal with a girl who's got kids, and that would suck. That would suck. Oh, good luck, girl. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments. You guys let me know what kind of advice you would give her. Maybe my advice is wrong. You let me know. Let me know. You guys could probably give her better advice, dude. That's just, that really sucks. That really does. On to our next one. Am I the asshole for being offended? My husband told his friends he would reel me in when one of them commented on my boobies. All right. My husband, 31 male, and I, 23 female, recently went on a vacation with a lot of our friends, 5 couples including us. I only really know the woman very well. Okay. I see all 4 of the couples very often. Also relevant to the story is about 6 months ago, I got breast augmentation. So she got a boobie job. It's not really a secret. Most of the women know. Besides, I went from a B to a D, so it's obvious. Man, she went from the itty bitty titty committee to the jiggly jiggly. Golly. So it's obvious. I've heard that they look great, so I'm not embarrassed of it. It came up a few times this trip because I was constantly in a bikini. Just like the other girls. It was mostly just them being... wow, they look so good, that kind of thing. Well, this problem started one night while I was in my bikini sitting with my husband and 2 of the men. One of the men, Luke, kept looking at my boobies. I kind of brushed it off because I was literally sitting on my husband's lap, so I figured not much would happen. However, I was wrong. Luke drunkenly pipes up and says, Leah, his wife, told me I should touch your boobs during this trip to see if I like the way they feel.
Stop the cap.
Bro. Come on, man. There ain't no way your wife said that. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's the wildest shit to come out of a dude's mouth ever. He said, my wife said I should touch your tits. If my girl was sitting on my lap and she got fake boobies, whatever, and this dude sat here and said, my wife said I should I'd have been like, get the fuck up and go. I'd be like, walk away from me right now before I sock you in the mouth. I swear to God, before I slap the taste out your goddamn mouth. Who the hell? I'm right here, bro. I'm right here. I don't give a fuck if you're my friend. I will slap the taste out of your mouth for saying some shit like that. And then on top of that, you gonna throw your wife under the bus, bro? That's crazy. I was like, excuse me? My husband was like, what the fuck? Luke quickly backpedaled and explained that him and Leia were talking about my breast weird and saying that she might want to get hers done as well, but she wanted to know if he liked the way they felt. I knew my husband got really mad, so I tried to make light of the situation and was like, haha, Leia could have just asked to feel them herself. Leia came over at that point and was very mad that Luke said that. Facts, because he was lying. Yo, lying ass little bitch. That's why I swear to God, if that was me, I'd have slapped the taste out that motherfucker's mouth. You out here not only talking about my girl and trying to touch her, and then you out here throwing your wife under the bus. Nigga, please. It was all very awkward, so I just stood up and said I was getting a drink. As I was waiting for my drink, I could hear the conversation. Luke apologized to my husband. My husband said as long as he doesn't do that or say it again, they're good. Luke said sorry for being offensive. My husband courteously answered he wasn't offended. Luke then said, I think your woman might be. Oh, okay. He wasn't offended, but I think your woman is offended. Okay. My husband then proceeds to laugh, turn to look at me and says, don't worry about her. I'll reel her in. Her in those fucking bikini tops. I heard this and was just so pissed. I ended up just staying with another of the women for most of the night, like reel her in and criticizing my choice of top when I was like Luke who said, when it was Luke who said it. It is so crazy to me. When I told my husband how offended this made me, he ordered me to drop it. So am I the asshole for being offended about this? I mean, I guess she just got mad at the guy talk. Look, all right, I'm going to get some backlash and comments about this one. But if I'm being honest with you, that was just like some guy talk. All right. You know, like, I don't think that you should have been offended about it. That was just some guy talk, if I'm being real with you. You know, he's trying to look like the man in front of his boy. You know what I mean? He literally just kind of put him in his place kind of thing. So he's a bit on his high horse, so I think he kind of just, he was just kind of guy talking like, don't worry about her being offended, man. I'll reel her in, like she been wearing them skimpy bikini tops anyway. So I see why you want to touch her titties, Like I said, I think I was just kind of guy talking. It wasn't even meant to be for like you to hear, but you did hear it. And so, and your dude's like, I'm not about to apologize for something I for sure actually said, He's not. He's like, dude, it's the truth though. Like, maybe the tops you're wearing are a little skimpy. That's why he made the comment that he fucking made. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, would I still slap the fucking taste out of his mouth? 100%. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Maybe around this dude, cover up the girls a little bit. Just because it's like, if what you're wearing is making him act like he's a little perv and shit like that. And look, I get it. The girl's going to be like, oh, well, that's his problem. Not mine. And it's like, no, I get that. But from my perspective, man, I gotta fucking be behind you all the time, protecting you from dudes that are like, prying eyes and trying to touch you and shit like that. That shit kind of gets exhausting when you can kind of just, wear a less revealing top. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I see it. It's like, again, is Luke in the wrong 100%? But I don't think she should have got offended over just some guy talk. I don't know. That's a tough one because I know women are going to look at it one way and then guys are going to look at it another way because it's just how they interpret how that made them feel, the whole reeling in thing. That's just, again, for guys, he's just saying, like, all he was saying was, don't worry about, if she's still offended or whatever. I'll handle it. I'll talk to her. But, he just said it in more of kind of a bro way, like, don't worry about it, dog. I'll reel her in. You know what I mean? It's all good. Yeah, got it. Da, da, da. He meant nothing by it, if I'm being honest with you. But I get it. She took it some type of way. And my biggest thing is, yeah, look, I get it. You want to show off your new titties? That's great. I'm glad for that. But if homeboy, if I gotta smack the taste out of the mouth of a motherfucker almost every day, because you got the girls out, well, damn, man, it makes me not even want to have you out. I'm just saying. So it's like, help me help you, I guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys, like I said, I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash on that one. You guys are probably gonna be mad at me on that one. But that's just how I see it. I look at it like that was just dude talk. He meant nothing by it. And that's why he told her to just drop it. And I don't think he ordered her. Like, come on. You know, it's like women love to hyperbole a lot of things that dudes say. I guarantee you she wrote it that way because she was feeling some type of way at the time she wrote it. I don't think he ordered her. Yeah, like, no, I think he just kind of sit there and was just like, dude, let it go. It was just fucking guy talk. Relax. It wasn't even that serious. You know what I mean? So, be mad about it if you want. I don't mind. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm giving my opinion. You give yours. And like I said, I'm probably gonna get backlash on it anyway. So whatever. It is what it is. All right, but that's going to go ahead and be today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hopefully you didn't get too triggered about the things that I said and hot takes that I have. You know, hey, and if you did, send me some comments down there. You know, I love to see you start yelling at me, whatever. It is what it is, you know. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. Put your opinion down there. And I'm like, cool, good for you, brother. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Free country out in this bitch. Say what you want to say. You know, people out here trying to stop people's free speech. You know, it's like, man, let them have the ideas they want to have. I don't give a shit. You know, that's what I like about doing this podcast. It's like, I never get into fights with people in the comments. You know, there's so many people that disagree with me on a daily with these fucking scenarios. And I'm like, that's cool. I'll sit there and like your comment too. And I'll be like, hey, thanks for sharing your opinion, dude. You know, like, I'm not going to sit here and fucking tell you you're wrong. I think that's retarded. You know, like, I don't get how people sit on Twitter and fight each other all day. That to me is crazy as fuck. Like, bro, it's differences of opinions at this point. Like, relax. It ain't that serious. You know, like, you believe one way and if they believe in another, cool. Let them live their life. Like, who cares? Shit. But hey, like I said, that's going to be the end of today's episode. Again, patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. If you want to get an exclusive episode every single Friday, get on into that Patreon, man, and get that extra episode. Again, we're closing in on that 1 year anniversary for the podcast, and I thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have shown over the year. If you guys are audio listeners, keep downloading as well as rating at 5 stars if you haven't. If you want to help us out on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. All the links are in the description. If you guys are loving what we're doing on Thursdays with the Haunting Adeline as well as A Court of Thorns and Roses, well, go ahead and I have some playlists down there for you guys. I also have playlists on YouTube that you guys can check out those as well. Hopefully this weekend, you know, I'll start streaming on a Friday. Again, Fridays and Sundays are when I want to start streaming. I'm going to get out there, you know, and you guys can hop into the chat and do all that cool stuff. I'm going to try to have links in the episodes so that way you guys can go watch VODs and stuff like that. I will try to have some VODs on YouTube so that way you guys can watch the streams back and stuff like that. So, you know, that way you guys aren't missing anything. You guys can check out a stream and be like, oh, you know what? I want to check one out live. You know what I mean? So I'll have all that in the next upcoming week. You know, I'm going to get all the tweaks handled and, you know, you'll start to see that, and we'll have more content out here. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And then every other Sunday, we're going to be giving you guys a Sunday episode. So, again, love you all. Thanks for all the support that you guys have been showing. Keep showing that support. Love you all, and peace.